Hey guys, back with another video for you today. It's been a while since I've had Andy on the channel. He's here to assist me in letting you guys know about summer beast mode fragrances. Fragrances you can wear in the summertime that will last a long time.
This has been a long-awaited one. I've been excited for this. So.
Yeah, so I visited ZGO recently and we went through some fragrances and I told Andy about some of the ones I have here and we discovered some new ones that they sell at the store. So today we're going to talk about 20 beast mode summer fragrances for you guys. If you want to find out what they are, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian and this is Andy.
Hello.
How's it going?
So good. I'm happy to be back. It's been a while.
I know, it's been almost a year.
I know. Well,
lots of things are happening.
I know. Too much.
What's going on? What's going on at the store?
Lots of new stuff. Lots of new beast mode fragrances. I'm super excited to talk to you about. So we'll see what we have in store.
Yeah. So do people come and ask for beast mode fragrances?
Oh, of course.
And what about summer beast mode fragrances?
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's what's in the trend right now. Everybody wants something loud and proud, something fruity, something sweet. So I'm really excited.
We've got some fruity things here, and we're going to start off with a fruity fragrance. This is a fragrance from the House of Christian Provenzano. He's a perfumer for various different brands, but he has his own line as well. And they are now sold over at ZGO Perfumery. It's ROCCA, first one we're talking about. ROCCA is raspberry, amber, saffron, orange zest, rose de mai, moss, musk, caramel, peony, and vanilla. What do we get with this one?
This is honestly probably one of my favorites from his collection so far. This is like a very fruity, almost a candied raspberry, I would go to say. A nice, not too jammy rose, nice amber vanilla dry down.
This one's quite juicy to me.
Very
berry, very berry. I like the way that sounds. So I feel like it's got some musk in the base as well. My favorite from the line is the patchouli, but I think this is my second favorite.
Right.
And it's also really perfect in the heat. I think the fruits open up.
Definitely, yeah. The raspberry is a great performer in the heat, but I also think does really well even when it gets a little bit colder too.
Oh, really?
Because you have the nice like caramel vanilla dry down too, so it has the warmer notes to make up for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an extrait de parfum, so that's why we consider it a beast mode fragrance. But moving on to the House of Parfum d'Empire, one of their latest fragrances, it's Un Bel Amour d'été. This one right here. This is brand spanking new. One of my favorite indie niche houses, and it's a floral bomb, and it's a bit musky as well on skin. I do get a little bit of a cumin effect, like a little sweaty, musky. But I feel like there's tuberose in here. There's no tuberose credited. It's Gardenia, Ylang, Champaca flower, magnolia, vanilla, sandalwood, and ambrette. What do we get with this one?
I love this fragrance.
You do?
Yes, truly. Probably one of my favorites for like a summer floral. From what I understand, the story behind it is supposed to be his story of like a summer love. So it's supposed to smell like the skin on the beach, maybe mixed with some sunscreen. So it kind of gives that like skin musk accord, right?
Yeah.
So
it's also very tropical to me. The Ylang is very, very prominent here, along with the Champaca flower, both tropical floral notes. So it does have a beachy floral vibe to
totally.
me.
Yeah.
It is super sexy too. If you're into floral notes, check that out.
Definitely.
Next, going to the House of Lorenzo PAZZAGLIA. It's Summer Hammer. Summer Hammer. It really is a hammer. It's beastly. Comes down and hits you with the strong smell.
Yes, this thing is unbelievably strong. I think it's a 40% concentration,
Whoa!
right?
So that's almost 50% oil here. This thing is going to last forever.
You're smacking noses with this thing. It's like a really nice cocktail. I would almost describe it as like a really dressed up pina colada. So you're getting like these boozy notes. It's slightly creamy. You get like the acidic pineapple thing going on. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, to me it's a mango bomb, but there's all kinds of other fruity notes in there like pineapple, coconut. Definitely has the idea of a pina colada, but it's more of a spiked pina colada.
Yeah.
And it has a bit of a sea breeze effect in there as well because there's marine notes in here. It's a really nice fragrance, but for me, the fruits are not really forward. There's almost like amber woods effect happening in the dry down or in the base, and those are really, really loud. So it kind of sometimes takes over the fruitiness, but the fruits are there. You'll notice them. I just feel like they're not as strong on me for some strange reason.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's really, really beastly. Totally beastly. So Summer Hammer from the house of Lorenzo Pezzaglia. Let us know if you're a fan of that house. All right, up next, we're going to the house of BOADICEA the Victorious. This is Energizer. This brand is finally selling over at ZGO Perfumery, and this is definitely one of my favorites next to Harmonious. I really, really love Harmonious from this house. And you guys just got Harmonious, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I told you guys to get it because it's so good. But Energizer is a grapefruit peel come to life. It's so super zingy. Lots of grapefruit, the bitterness, the zinginess from the peel with vetiver, bergamot, oranges, lemons, and musk. I can't believe how delicious this is.
Yeah, it's a citrus bomb, I think. Probably one of the best fragrances you could wear in the heat too, in the screaming hot, because you have that like crisp, zingy citrus thing going on that's going to perform super well in the heat. So
yeah,
love that one.
This is really great, guys. If you haven't tried it and you love the idea of grapefruit, the zing and the spice, the zest, try Energizer from BOADICEA the Victorious. Yeah. Next, you can check out this fragrance that I've recommended quite a bit. It's Porthole, now selling at ZGO Perfumery. I'm so happy that you guys got this brand. And Porthole seems to be the most popular from the house, and I love this.
Yes.
Salty, fruity, not really marine, but the idea of marine is there.
Yeah, definitely. I think I love anything with a good salt accord in it. I mean, I spend a pretty fair amount of time in the ocean, so anything that can like help with that salt association brings me right back. So I love the idea of like a super fruity, salty thing going on. This is such a good offering, and very beastly too.
Yeah.
Very long lasting.
Really wonderful offering. This one we featured in a Scent Club kit last summer. Sold out, and the brand was actually out of bottles too, so they brought it back and everybody's been happy. But going to another fragrance that I'm obsessed with, this is Dolce Melodia from the house of Sospiro. Really wonderful fruity floral ambery fragrance featuring gardenia, mandarin, vanilla, white musk, sandalwood, orange, pear, blackcurrant, jasmine, rose, saffron. There's a lot of delicious things happening here.
Yes, that is.
It's so super delicious. It's beastly, long lasting, major sillage, and a pleasure to wear.
Yeah, that is one of the best trails I would say leaves off of this fragrance, and truly like I get a really nice like sweet pear thing going on, and it's really creamy, but not like in a lactic way, but I would say just because of the white florals in it, that it's making it transition into those bottom maybe vanilla, musk, sandalwood really nicely. So,
yeah, definitely one of the best from Sospiro, but close behind it is Vibrato. Vibrato is so good. Yes. This is actually like an amped up version of Tigar from the House of Bulgari. This actually has ginger, grapefruit, bergamot, herbs, powdery notes, musk, cedarwood, jasmine, magnolia, patchouli, amber, orris, whereas the Tigar has 3 notes, the grapefruit, the amber, and the woods. This has chock full of additional notes and smells in here, which is so super fantastic. You know, both of these fragrances here are focusing on grapefruit.
Right.
But they're so different. The Vibrato doesn't have the bitterness.
No, definitely not the bitterness. I would say it's backed up by that powdery thing going on. But it does have that still like slightly snappy ginger going on with it. But it complements the like bright sparkly grapefruit very well. It's definitely not the super riny citrus like the Energizer, but more of like a fresh sparkly grapefruit.
Yeah, both are good, different, and really wonderful to wear in the heat, and totally beast mode as well.
Yeah, probably my most worn fragrance this summer so far.
Vibrato?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, wow. Good to know. How is it doing as far as popularity?
It's great. Yeah, I think that's one that's been super popular because it is so unisex too. I think that can be worn by anybody.
Women like it as much as men do?
Totally.
Totally, okay. Interesting. Because Tigar is a male-targeted offering from Bulgari.
Right. Yeah, no, I would say that is equally loved by both parties. So
cool. All right, up next, going to the house of AMOUAGE. I featured this recently in a woody citrus fragrance video, I believe. This is Search. Actually, Search is really definitely a great fragrance. It launched in a collection of 4 fragrances with Guidance. Guidance is my favorite, and followed by Search. Search is really great. It's not the typical AMOUAGE fragrance. It's a citrusy, woody, smoky fragrance. Right. It actually really works here, don't you think?
Yeah, totally. And it's like it's a very like acidic citrus too. Right off the bat, for me, I get that like really deep lime, and then backing up with the really smoky woods thing going on. I think it would be really good for like a really warm hike.
I think so. Yeah, I was recently in very hot Central Valley climate and took this there, and it really shined. Yeah. In fact, I even got a compliment wearing this one. And a woman said, "You smell great. You smell great," like that. That's what she said. And I can see why, because the oils are so oily that it just, amplifies off of you in the heat.
Totally.
Anyway, that's Search. Anything else to say?
It's just got that really also still super strong like AMOUAGE DNA to it too. So
totally.
Even though there's the citruses up top, it's not lacking in performance. So
yeah. Totally. Next, going to the house of XERJOFF. It's ERBA Gold. It says amber, white musk, orange, bergamot, pear, melons, cinnamon, cloves, vanilla, green apple, cardamom, and ginger. So this is it's not Erba Pura. This is kind of like a flanker.
Yeah, I would call it a flanker.
It acts like there's mangoes in it, but it's actually melons and pears. So it's not necessarily mango. It is a bit tropical, but also it has that typical DNA that XERJOFF fragrances have.
Yep. Yeah,
woody ambers.
Yeah, totally. And I think if you're a fan too of the original Erba Pura, this is just a more shaken up version of it, I would say. It's just getting a little bit more of the spice, definitely more of like a melon forward rather than the tropical fruits, I would say, that are in Erba Pura.
It's interesting though. To me, the melons are hidden. I'm not getting a melon effect. Like, for example, something like Feel and Chill from Juicebox. It's very like watermelon-y. Or even the Creed Millicent Imperial. It's very like melon.
Yeah.
I don't get the melons here for some strange reason, which is a good thing because I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see it being disguised almost in like a mango, like a cord or something. So
yeah,
it's great.
Anyway, that's Erba Gold. Then we're going to the house of Rosendo MATEU. This is number 8. This is a fruit bomb. And I at first I was not sure about this one. It's grown on me so much. It's like it's very addictive to me now. I'm obsessed with the smell and I want to smell it.
Yes, I love that one. It's like I think the fizziness of this one too almost doesn't, it kind of gives me like a cocktail like also. But amber, vanilla, dry down, I mean, it's super acidic pineapple thing going on too. I love this one.
But it's a lot of fruits. It's totally a fruit bomb. It's like pineapple, apple, citruses, pear, amber, vanilla, cedar, guaiac, vetiver, rose, patchouli, iris. So much going on. It's just like, it's almost like fresh fruits mixed with warm notes. It almost seems like it's not going to work, but then you get addicted to the smell and you want more.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, so that's Rosendo MATEU number 8. And then this one, so amazing in the heat. It's Carioca Heart from the House of Juicebox. This thing comes alive in the heat. And it's a kind of a fruity, musky, floral, woody.
Very mango forward too. Yes. This is the mango one of your dreams.
I actually lost my train of thought. I was going to say bomb, but then I thought, oh, is it all those things? Yes, it is all those things.
Yes.
I mean, I was remembering how this thing comes alive. When somebody else wears it and you're walking behind them, you're in a cloud of this amazing smell. It smells so intoxicating.
It's so great.
Yeah.
And for a while, I almost thought there was some sort of coconut accord in this. It almost comes off. Maybe it's just because it does seem so tropical. Maybe it's like the rum and the vanilla working together that seems to give it some like coconut accord. Or maybe I'm just mistaking it because it just makes me feel so beachy and I associate coconuts with that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's such a great offering. I love that fragrance.
I can totally see there's a milkiness in there that I never really thought about until you mentioned it. It's like a creamy smoothness in here.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, that's kind of like covering up all the fruits and the flowers and the musk and everything else that's in here. Really wonderful offering created by Julian Rascanet. It's Carioca Heart.
Bossa Nova in a bottle.
Bossa Nova in a bottle. All right, next going to the house of Thomas DeMonico. We've got Sol Solgado, this one right here. This is actually, to me, spring and summer in a bottle. It highlights the linden blossom. It's a bit powdery and it's a bit almondy as well. And then there's some saltiness in there, which is a really unique combination. What are your thoughts?
I think ever since this perfume has come out, I've been the #1 advocate for it.
You have been?
Yes, totally. I mean...
What do you like about it? Not raw gold?
No, not raw gold. This one for sure.
Okay.
I think this perfume is great because it comes off so light, but it's so bold at the same time. So you're getting all of these really nice, like fluffy white florals off of the top, and then it transitions into this like depth of a smoky vanilla base, and then you're getting the nice musky accord from the ambergris, and then the saltiness too. So I think it's just everything in one, and it's one of the best trails I think I've ever smelled off of somebody. There's been a few people that I've had to just purchase that for just so that I could smell it off of them because I love that fragrance.
Wow,
so much.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good to hear. No, I really
Yeah.
love this because of the linden blossom, and it's one of the fragrances that really got me to enjoy this flower. It's not a common flower, it's not a common floral note either, but I think I'm seeing a lot of linden blossom fragrances lately, like Tilia from Marc-Antoine Barbois. There's a lot out there, and I think if you haven't tried anything with linden blossom, definitely try Sol Solgado. It's amazing.
Yes, it's so good.
Definitely become a top 2 from the House of Thomas DeMonico. Raw Gold is still number 1, but that is number 2.
It's following closely behind.
And then this is number 3. This is Thomas DeMonico's Au Coeur. By the way, this is going into a bottle like this soon in the future, by the way, just so you know. Au Coeur is also like the evolution of Raw Gold to me. It's a more floral take. For some strange reason, I get like they're like related somehow.
Yeah.
There's a goldness, like an ambery goldness about it. But this is white flower. It's very creamy with magnolia. There's spiciness from pink pepper. There's definitely ambroxan here. What do you get?
I get that pink pepper smack right off of the bat. So it's very spicy but very sweet at the same time. That rose really brings it around for me, and where I get that nice spicy sweet rose, but then that really interesting woods. I think the amber wood is what makes it almost come off a bit smoky, or maybe it's the oak wood. But yeah, that's a great fragrance.
I don't
really
get rose
enjoy
from
it.
this. I get the
No?
magnolia, definitely the pink pepper, and it's like a fusion of the magnolia, pink pepper, the ambroxan, which is creating like a fusion of like a golden amber thing. But the rose is kind of hidden for me.
No, yeah, I definitely feel like I smell the rose pretty quickly after this one.
Okay.
Sweet rose.
Noses are different. So this is Au Coeur from the House of Thomas DeMonico. The next one, man, this is beast mode. This is Tuberose Astral, and a compliment getter for me. I absolutely love it. It's very addicting. It is a milky tuberose, but also sweaty, sexy with some cuminy things happening in here. There's musks, there's cistus, so ambery touches. I think this is one of the best fragrances that Quinton Biche has created.
Yes, that is so great.
I love it. It's so addicting.
So great.
What do you get from it?
Yeah, I was revisiting this recently with a close friend, and we came to the word of velvety. I think this is just such like a velvety sweet offering. Yeah, super smooth, super creamy, and like you said, the tuberose is at the forefront. That is such a great offering, and the nice cinnamon touches. It's probably one of my favorite notes. So.
Yeah, this has actually beaten out Patchouli Magnetic. I think this is also more universally loved compared to Patchouli Magnetic. I think that one's actually very polarizing. This one, people seem to love it. But I love both, but this has definitely become a favorite of mine from Maison Crivelli. If they keep creating fragrances like this, because they keep cranking them out, there's a new one coming out called Oud Cadenza.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, there's so many coming out. But if they do keep cranking out great fragrances like that, we'll be consumers of them. But moving on to the House of Electimus London. This is Trajan or Trajan or Trahan.
Whatever you feel like you want to say. I think all three are appropriate.
Okay. Trojan.
Trojan, yeah.
No, this is really juicy citruses with like a Baccarat Rouge like DNA. So it's the blood orange and citruses with the very, very universally loved and hated. It's very polarizing now. The Baccarat Rouge, that ambroxan and saffron combo. What do you get from this?
Yeah, I think that is one I closely compared to Baccarat, just because of the molecular qualities, the ambergris and the ambroxan. But yeah, like you said, the really nice blood orange off the top. It's a very, very polarizing citrus, but with that Baccarat take on it, I really enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of my favorites from that house. I love Baccarat Rouge. I didn't like it at one time. I'm addicted to it. It is getting a bit boring after a while. So a change of pace with the addition of citruses makes it more appreciated at this time. And this is a first for this channel. I know you guys have been asking me to talk about this fragrance. Finally I am. Mega Mare from Orto Parisi. This is beast mode, right?
This is so
we are talking about
mode.
beast mode summer fragrances. So this is I don't know. It's a love it or hate it.
There's no in
Like,
between.
I've smelled this thing and it's reeked like fish. I'm smelling it now, and the last time I smelled it at ZGO, it didn't smell like fish. So what's going on? What's my nose doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure what your confusion is. I think this is like a really nice, super, almost like spicy marine fragrance. I think it comes off.
I'm not even getting marine now.
No.
Whereas most of the time it smells like fish. Weird.
Oh, I love this one. I think it's so unique. There's so many different ways I feel like your mind can take you with this fragrance.
Okay.
For me though, I think it's that like sexy seaweed marine fragrance. It's a lot of fun.
What was the term they used?
What, sexy seaweed?
No, there was another term that I heard that somebody used.
Oh, sea cum.
Sea cum. That sounds weird. So, Mega Mari, maybe you like this one because you surf. You're at the beach all the time.
Maybe.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one, but it certainly is a beast. It's pretty intense. So if you like the idea, check it out. Mega Mari, Mega C, basically.
Mega C, for all of our unconventional fragrance lovers, please come get your nose on that.
Next, going back to the House of XERJOFF, it's Accento Overdose. I really love this one. Really, I enjoy it more than Erba Gold. It is Erba Gold, yeah. It's just because there's green notes in here with fruits and aldehydes. And it's also got that DNA that XERJOFF is known for, the ambery woodiness in the dry down. It's super sexy. I love this one. What do you think about it?
So great. Yes, I love anything with pine in it, to be honest with you. So I think that
Forgot to mention the pine.
Yeah, the nice fruit notes mixed with the pine background is unbeatable, especially like you said, that really nice woody ambery classic XERJOFF DNA just rounds this whole thing together. It's a great offering. I love this one.
There's also a green freshness that I actually like about this. I think it's the lily of the valley, the pine, and there's aldehydes too. Really wonderful offering.
Yes.
And then we've got this bad boy, Hachivat, from the House of Nishane. Everybody knows this one. It's like a anti-Aventus.
Yes, anti-Aventus for everybody that's worn Aventus and loved it, and it only lasted 2 hours on them. Everybody instantly comes for this fragrance right after because
it's an Aventus killer.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it's pineapple, oak moss, grapefruit, woods, bergamot, patchouli. It's actually much more screechy. There's a metallic quality about it.
Right.
But it's kind of sort of like the Baccarat Rouge. It grew on me a lot, and I do enjoy this one quite a bit now.
Yep. Yeah, this is great, and I get that like screechy kind of citrus pineapple only for like the first hour or two of the wear, and then it kind of blends with that nice like oak moss, woody, smoky base. So, yeah, it layers to this one. I really enjoy it.
Okay, and then the thing you can do with this one is layer it with 100 Silent Ways, and even though 100 Silent Ways is sandalwood and vanilla and peach and white flowers, I think if you're into the idea of beast mode and you don't mind the intensity, try those two. They smell really, really great together.
Yep.
And speaking of Aventus killers, we've got this one here from Mancera, Intense Cedrat Boisé. A much more intense take on the original. This one does get leathery in the dry down and a bit more ambery woody. But up top, it's juicy citruses.
Yes, totally.
And some fruits too.
Yeah. I didn't think we were going to be going after Aventus like this, but there's a lot of really, really good alternatives. So I think this is probably one of the best choices for it. I do pick up the leather and that like nice juicy black currant and the citruses off the top, but I don't sense as much oud in this one, even though it lists it. But
the thing I don't get the oud much either. That's why I said leather and woods, but it's more woods than oud.
Yes.
The thing is also a difference between Hachivat and Intense Cedrat Boisé. I don't get the screechiness from Intense Cedrat Boisé. It's much creamier, smoother,
right.
But
definitely
different.
Yeah, definitely has that more familiar DNA, something that maybe you've gotten your nose on before, but just a little bit more refined.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we're going to end the list with this one, which I'm not sure I consider it a truly summer beast. It is a beast. I'm not sure if it's summer beast, but it's a beast in general. It's Gozo from the House of Jeroboam. You know, I didn't really care a lot for this one at first. I reviewed it a long time ago. This has grown on me. It is such an amazing fragrance. It's also a compliment getter, and it has a great trail.
Yeah, great trail. And a really cute bottle, too. I think you can just chuck that thing in your pocket and wear it around all day. It's that nice, just floral amber. I mean, it smells just like the color. I think that's one thing that I also say.
It does. It smells like
it smells just like the color of the bottle.
It smells like an orange candy to me.
Yes, totally. Totally. Yes, we love that one.
Gozo. That's the last fragrance. Let us know what you guys think of these fragrances. Have you tried them? Do you consider them summer beasts? Also, guys, there's links in the info box and a discount code for the purchases of these fragrances. Look them up and check them out over at ZGO Perfumery. Or if you're in town, go visit and say hi to Andy.
Please.
Say you saw this video with Sebastian, and go check out these fragrances. Thanks so much for coming by.
Of course, yeah, anytime.
Guys, if you have any questions or comments, please list below. Otherwise, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.